Welcome back, everybody. We've pushed on through pools, and here we are now to the bracket stage. This is going to be single elimination here. High School Platinum Plus, and we got already starting it off. It's the Bayridge Blazers with one. That's an 8-second goal to start off the game.
Yeah, I mean, hell of a start for them at 8 seconds. That's been the theme all day long. Just the quick goals to start these games. And, well, Bayridge, I mean, they're going to be the lucky ones there as this quarterfinal matchup between these two schools. Another CTK squad that we're seeing on stream for now the third time today. So we'll see what this Spirit of Vengeance CTK team, that's a pretty intimidating name. We'll see what they are made of. But they find themselves down 1-0 early on in this game, looking for the tie, and that's exactly what they got.
They're going to be finding that one. The pop-off on stage there and tie it up almost immediately after that first goal. Yeah, like you said, CTK, now the third different squad that we've had from them here on stream. This is going to be that high school platinum minus division, so we're going to be seeing, essentially, this is our round of 8 sort of, or pre-quarterfinals, because there is one team that I believe does get a bye into that next one, just based on the amount of teams here and stuff like that. So essentially 6 teams going to be playing it through to try and move forward to that quarterfinals, but it's the Blazers, number 2, coming back.
Yeah, again, great answer. I mean, 3 goals within about 50 seconds here, and Bayridge off to a hot start. In a perfect world, they definitely don't want to give up that 1 goal, but nevertheless, they still have the lead and still tons of time to work with to try and build it as well. These two squads very tightly knit so far. In this one, another shot on goal just misses the net, a little bit wide to the left. As we see Jero now just backtracking, you see that 3-line defense for the side of Bayridge defending that net. So very tight so far. And they're actually going to get a crack at the goal here, but good clear for the time being. It's going to be RL1 getting rid of that one. As just over top of the net, crossbar out, but the rebound. Going to be yet another goal for Bayridge. Good finish there. Great patience from the side of the Blazers as well.
Yeah, look at the way he just stops on the goal line, waits for that ball to fall down to that prime position, and both the defenders not ready for, you know, an offense that's going to be calm, cool, and collected there. We've seen so much fast-paced aggression here that it's a very stark contrast when you see somebody just wait it out, really wait on this goal line. Could be another one to attack at it. That's going to be another goal from the Blazers. 4-1, just continuing this domination at the starting of the game right now. The Spirit of Vengeance gonna have to bring that through because they are gonna need some kind of vengeance here in this game to come back from a 3-goal deficit.
Yep, a little bit different from the past CTK squads that we've seen, but still early on in game 1 here, of course, in a best of 3. So while there's no room for error, there's ample opportunity to come back, and looks like just a bit of a breakdown there. No one home for the side of CTK, and you see just kind of chilling. They're laughing, enjoying themselves, and they know that they already have control of this game and possibly even the series.
Yeah, you've got a ton of control in this game. I'm not sure if that mercy rule is, or that goal differential rule is going to come through all the way into playoffs. I'm assuming it will, so we are technically 1 goal away from that for the Bayridge Blazers here. Mercy rule is still in effect. I'm getting confirmation here, so Bayridge Blazers, they might just be close to that one if they keep this up right now. The Spirit of Vengeance having a hard time on this defense with all of these setups. There's another one to come through. That's a hat trick for this player on the side of the Blazers. I mean, what a better way to start off this bracket. And I mean, this is single elim, right? You got no room for error here. Pools, yeah, you had other pools matches to play. This is you lose, you are out. Everyone looking to move forward as far as they can.
Yeah, that's the thing about single elimination. It is do or die in every single scenario. And you know, we see it often in traditional sports. You lose the series, you're done for good. There's no bounce back in a lower bracket at all. So yet again, I mean, this is it. This is you know, your tournament on the line, and so far Bayridge playing like that for sure. And as they pot in the 7th goal. Looks
just
like
keep them rolling there when it comes to goals. Yeah, I'm not sure. You can see the guys up there. They're like, yeah, they're just talking about it. They're like, hold on, what exactly happens here? Because, you know, like we said, we're trying to essentially play out the rest of the games, and the player or the team that does actually get that 5-goal lead will essentially just be, you know, you're playing defense for the rest of the game is kind of the objective of this one. But 2 minutes to go, and Bayridge pretty well locked this game down.
Yeah, definitely not a close one here, but you know, a good solid win for Bayridge, and they'll be looking already forward to game 2 to try to close out the series as fast as possible. As you know, Spirit of Vengeance trying to come up with any sort of solution for game 2, and I don't know, it's tough. This is a tough loss, but
I mean, it's one of those things you just got to take head on and move into game 2, right? There really isn't any other way to cut it here. You got to find your own Spirit of Vengeance there as you move in to the rest of this series, because you're going to be stuck on that match point, right? It's going to be 1-0 for the Blazers when we move forward, and you just got to look forward. Maybe, possibly, we'll see not only the first game 3 on stream, but the first reverse sweep. If they really have something behind them here. Spirit of Vengeance squad looking to move forward. I believe this is that kind of like a pre-quarterfinals, like round of 8 game. So they're trying to move into that quarterfinals, just keep this bracket getting smaller and smaller, move forward as far as you can.
Right, so I mean, this is a good precursor for what's to come. As far as how the bracket is going to shape up, you know, obviously once we get into that top 8, the competition's just going to get a whole lot tighter. So the game should be a little bit closer, and obviously the competition, like I said, will be tighter. So I don't know, it's anybody's game really, but based off of some of the teams that we've seen so far, there's a couple favorites that I think we've kind of ciphered through. But I mean, even teams that we have not seen on stream, maybe they upset the teams that we have seen, and there's always that possibility as well. I love the upset potential of Rocket League, and especially in the high school and middle school scene. Definitely upset potential on all accounts. So
that's the thing, right? These are 2 teams that we still have yet to have seen on stream here today, and now we know that the Bayridge Blazers number 2 there is going to be another great squad to look out for. And as we look in towards the rest of this series, I mean, just keep an eye on them as they possibly push their way even farther through this bracket. But we got to head towards game 2 before we think about the future like that. But as of right now, I mean, Bayridge looking like they have this matchup locked down.
Yeah, they look quite good, and you see them smiles all around, very cool and calm there, as just checking themselves out on the big screen, of course. And what an experience it must be for them playing up on the main stage as well. It's pretty cool.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know, the venue is really coming to life, especially, you know, the more and more tournaments that we do have here, especially being able to bring in these high school students and middle school students as well. It just makes it that much better of an experience as well.
Yeah, for sure. Like every single time we have some kind of big LAN or big event here, you know, everything kind of just gets grander and grander, and you know, it's showing no sign of stopping here. Speaking of no sign of stopping, gonna have to see if the Blazers are kind of on that same wavelength, if they can come out with the exact same kind of dominance that they had in game 1, or if the Spirit of Vengeance is kind of ready to meet their aggression head on and possibly find some more of their own. However, like it's just these amazing little pops and grabs, and it's such a slow shot at the net, but when you steal it right off the defender like that, all 3 defenders bumped out of the way by 1 person. That's just huge.
Yeah, you love the aggression there, and just a cheeky little setup too. Nothing too fancy, but just a small tap, and it put it right on a silver platter for that player to knock it in. And Bayridge going to take a 1-0 lead yet again. And yeah, we'll see if they continue their momentum. Obviously a dominant win in game 1, and a good start here for them with an opportunity, but just misses. And now CTK can start to move this one up the field as well. They finally get some offensive control here and a chance to center it, but no, that's going to be shut down from the side of Bayridge, and they're going to go back on the attack and look to score a potential second goal here, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Nice execution there from Bayridge to get it out of their zone, deep down, and set it up right in the middle, just how they like to draw it up in practice.
I mean, you know, you talk about fancy, you talk about trying to get all these stylish goals, but that's not always what you're looking for. You're looking for consistency in the goals. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I mean, we're seeing Bayridge is basically, you know, they've locked down their basic setup. The setup from the corner, out towards mid. Last player gonna touch on it, and it's another touch off the defender. Look at this ping pong in the crease right here. The positioning from these players just cannot be stopped. Look at that. I mean, the beautiful timing from that duo play there, and even they had that third player off the corner to set up that initial pass as well.
Yeah, again, great execution. They look like a well-oiled machine right now, and you know, these guys are definitely looking pretty clean as they kick off their bracket play run here. And, well, they do have an extra match more than anybody else. So perhaps this could be set as more of a practice round for them as far as, you know, perfecting their craft. They add another one to the board there, but you see clearly they're built for the top 8, and I think this could potentially be a team that could go far in this little playoff bracket.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we'll have to see as the game rolls through, but 3 minutes already, or just 3 minutes still left on the clock. We're already seeing a 4-0 scoreline from Bayridge. There's just no other way to cut it. They're just dominating the field right now, and specifically in that crease, it's just tough to come back from something like that, and the spirit of vengeance is feeling that for sure. Bayridge Blazers are just on top of this ball, and just these beautiful passes and beautiful setups towards that crease.
Well, 5-0 now, and you'll start to see Bayridge take a back seat and kind of let Spirit of Vengeance make their way toward their end and literally just play defense. That's all it's going to be, as CTK will have an opportunity to try and get a goal on the board. You see Bayridge kind of forcing the agenda just a little bit, putting a little bit of pressure on CTK to make something happen here. And, you know, 3 minutes, moving on to the next round most likely will be Bayridge. But yeah, I mean, as they go into the top 8, this is a good looking team.
Yeah, looking solid, and now you're kind of just playing that defense, playing that clear game, as we got about 2.5 minutes left on the play. Overall, though, Bayridge looking to move forward, and if we actually take a look at this bracket myself here, because I believe Bayridge is on kind of that right side of the bracket. They're going to be moving forward to face Mindless there in that quarterfinals. And that's going to be, I don't think we actually have seen Mindless on stream. So if we do end up getting this next game on stream, I know we're trying to flip, you know, pretty evenly between these middle schools and then the 2 high school divisions as well. Trying to get everyone to have a chance on stream here, right? That's kind of the goal. Everyone wants to play that beautiful HyperX competition stage. And, you know, now we're getting much more of it happening. But Bayridge, they're going demo for demo, 2 players down from the Spirit of Vengeance, just trying to play time as much as possible here.
Yeah, it makes you wonder, based on the seeding as well, like, obviously we didn't see that Mindless team on stream, so perhaps they could come in as a 1 or 2 seed. So they're obviously a very solid team in this division. So going up against a team like Bayridge, it'll be interesting to see how Bayridge can really answer against a team like Mindless, because obviously the competition will be a little bit tougher for them. So we'll see if they can keep it going here.
Yeah, there's another demo to come through. I mean, when you're playing on the defense, right, that's kind of one of your biggest goals there. If you can sit in your own zone, demo everyone that comes in trying to make something work, then you can pretty well just sit back and relax as long as you want. Kind of play a little bit of team deathmatch here in the Rocket League, because it's just demo for demo for demo right now, and Bayridge Blazers continuing to be on this defense, just rock solid on their own side. CTK.
This Just building up the score line a little bit and have a little bit of fun as well, and that's exactly what they're doing. I think that was an accidental goal even. Second time that's happened.
I mean, listen, it's going to happen. It's going to come through. You can't always just have the perfect angle to play that defense, right? Sometimes you're going to find that net, and now that's 6-0 Bayridge Blazers. Holy. I mean, they've given us a show, and they've given us something to look for in the future for sure, but as this game heads to a close, it's going to be another 2-0 scoreline here in this series. Another 2-0 on the stream. Still waiting for that elusive matchup that brings us to a game 3. We've seen overtimes come through, but it seems like that overtime will happen in game 1 in a lot of these, and then it's just going to move forward into game 2, and whoever seems to win that overtime just carries that momentum and really finds their own in game 2. So still waiting for that game 3. Next up, we are going to have some of that middle school action. I believe they're moving. They started a little earlier than these high school single elim brackets, so I believe they're going to be moving a little deeper into playoffs. We could be getting a quarters or a semi game to move in there, but we'll have to confirm as this game comes to a close here, and I assume we'll get to a quick little break once again, because I mean, players got to set up on stage there, got to make sure their controllers are working right, make sure everything's ready. You know, we know how it is. Some of these technical issues come through, but got to make sure everyone's ready and at their prime, because this is playoffs now. You want to make sure you're having the highest level of competition you can.
100%. And well, we'll say a farewell to Spirit of Vengeance for CTK. They will be going home with a top 10 finish either way, so definitely a tippable performance out of them throughout the day. Unfortunately, the run does come to an end here. But on the other side, it's going to be Bayridge moving on to the top 8, and they're going to face the 2-seeded Mindless. So that should be an interesting matchup. And of course, coming up, we'll get back to some more middle school games, and we're going to actually have the semifinals. So we're getting into the nitty-gritty of the top 4.
Yeah, I mean, they're getting through that bracket there for the middle schools. We're going to come through with the semifinals. We'll throw it to a quick little break. Be back with some semifinals action, middle school division.